Hi! So in this video, we're gonna be making this super cute small rose that I posted recently. So I asked you guys, which one you like. Most of the voters were, leaning on this flower. But at the same time, this is really super cute and super easy to make. So I decided, upon listing this template, I'm gonna be listing everything, like this center and this center, so you guys can able to create this two different flowers, however you want it. So we can only make one size of this particular design. So to start with, we have our two bud petals. It's the same, exactly the same size, and we have 15 petals, again exactly the same size, and we have one pentagonal base. So you don't, when you have the SVG or the PDF, you don't really have to resize this one, because it's gonna be the same size that I have used here. So to start, we're gonna divide our petals into 3, and each group has 5 petals on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, we have 3 layers, and each layers we have 5 petals. That's why we are using the pentagonal base to make it easier for us. So let's set this one aside, and now we're gonna focus on assembling our bud. So I normally assemble the bud first, so that it would give us like an idea on how we are going to proceed on assembling our petals inward from our base. So again, I'm just curling the petals so it will give us a soft curl. So start with folding all these petals upward. So as you can see, we have a pentagon fold also at the bottom. So let's start with one petal. So before I proceed, let's imagine that this is like Da Vinci kind of person. This is the head, these are the hands and the legs. So what I'm trying to do first is folding the left hand, and then we're gonna fold the left. So right, so left, right hand. So we're gonna do that. Let's wrap it around our bud. So it's like all the arms are hugging together. Now we're going to proceed and wrap our left leg towards our bud. So the inner bud is just the only one that's a little bit tricky, because I really want it to look like as natural as possible. So after our left leg, we then have to fold our head around it. then one last piece is our right leg. So now we're done with our innermost bud. We'll then go ahead and glue this one perpendicular to our second bud. So perpendicular meaning the lines of the edges here would correspond to the line that we have here in our next bud. So we're no longer going to fold the way how we did earlier, like the arms, the head, and the legs. Now we're just going to fold one bud at a time, like one bud and then the one petal, the next petal, and the until we finish our 5 petals around. So the very first petal that we're gonna wrap, I want to make sure that we have to do this right. Remember, you see this like opening here? This is the first bud that we're gonna attach. So the very first petal will only have to glue this side here, and we're keeping this other side open. So you'll see later why is that. So the next bud and the rest of the bud, we're going to have glue here and then glue to this area close to the base. So what are we going to do is just wrap it around like so, and then continue until we finish our 5 petals. You really have to hold some good number of seconds before you let go, because especially when your glue is so hot, there's a tendency that it will come off from where you place it. So now that our 5th and last petal is already attached to our bud, we can now then go ahead and secure this other side of the first petal that we fold. So now that we're done, it's time to curl our petal. So it's very easy. Just roll one side, the one with the opening, and it will really give a very classy and elegant texture to your bud. So here we go, we have our bud. So now it's time for us to assemble our outer petals. So we need our base, and I would recommend to have a thicker base. This one is a cardboard, a poster board actually that I got from the Dollar Tree. So let's start with our first layer. I'm gonna cut the slit together. So we're not going too deep with this one. So basically it's like 1.25 inches in there, and then slightly fold to create a little texture at the middle. So next thing is the first layer. We have to curl the petals outward. So again, this is just a 65 pounds cardstock. So basically I can curl 5 petals at a time. So the next thing is our second layer. I'm gonna again cut, but this time it's a little bit shorter. So if earlier it's 1.25 inches, so this time it's only 1 inch. So you can eye on that, and I will teach you a technique later, you know, on how you are going to compensate in case you overcut your slit. So the second layer and the third layer is gonna be a little bit different. So one side, the left side is outward, and the right side is gonna be inward. So the third layer will have the shortest slit, and row. So now we're gonna have to glue the flaps together. So if you are new in paper flower making, or you are basically this is your first time to assemble this template, I would recommend to arrange the petals first to your base before you are proceeding to glue the flaps of the next layers, because this is very critical. We only have like 3 layers, and each layer has only 5 petals. So it's not like, you know, our flower will just be able to have a nice look because it's so dense. It has lots of petals on it. There's lots of layers. This one, it's very critical that our petals would really gradually run upward prior to the placement of our bud. So I would recommend, especially in this petal, to arrange the petal first to your base before proceeding. So as you can see, I'm just placing the petal, you know, trying to make it the center as center as possible here. So because we have already the pentagonal line, we won't have any hard time to distribute it evenly, because it's even already. So what I'm just going to do is putting all the glue, you know, across the edge of our petal base. So we're gonna have our second layer, and let's eye, you know, earlier it's deeper cut, and also I'm just folding it like, or gluing it right at the very middle of the other flap. So now, because we wanted our petal to really go upward, what I'm going to do is to push the flaps, you know, that this edge here would correspond to the edge on this other side here, like so. And before doing all the 5 petals together, make sure that when you place it to your flower, you can see that it's gradually moving upward, as you can see here. So that's exactly where I want it to be. Let's go ahead and do the rest 4 petals. Let's then now go ahead and place this petals to our flower. So again, the second layer will be staggered to the first. So once our second layer is up, we'll then go ahead and have our third layer. So again, the third layer has the shallowest slit because our aim is to really have this one look more, you know, standing up, upright compared to the rest of the flower. So I saw now where it potentially can be glued together, so let's check. So this is exactly what I want, and let's do all 4 on the same manner. So now that's done, I'm gonna have to blow all this to our flower. So this time, I'm only gluing like half of the petal base because we're going to sneak one petal on the other side, because we're getting closer to the center here. So our final layer is on. All we have to do is to place our bud. So you see there are like 5 edges here. We can just easily sneak this bud in. So that easy, our 8 inches rose is done. So here's our filler flower. This is ideal if you are making a small arrangement like nursery decor. This is super easy and really nice addition to your set. So until next time, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, please do, and click that bell icon so that you will be notified every time that I am uploading new video paper flower related. So until next time, again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.